Empower People works for disadvantaged women who are victims or potential victims of violence, including domestic violence, honor crimes, killing and trafficking or other type of slavery, and provides them shelter, proper counseling, legal support and other help required. The community work involves creating awareness and conducting livelihood programs.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anjali Bose, and today Empower People is having a webinar on the impacts on youth during COVID-19. And today we have our very interesting guests from two different fields, and we're going to have a discussion on how youth is actually facing this pandemic and what are the challenges and solutions that can be taken out from this session. So today our guests are Miss Vibhuti Seth. She's an advocate. Hello,
Hi,
ma'am.
good
How are
evening,
you?
everyone. Good.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
I'm absolutely fine. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today here. Our
You're
second
welcome.
guest is Miss Fatima Tahir. She is a social worker. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. We will have a discussion on impact on the youth during COVID-19, because I feel that we are the ones that are also getting affected, other than the elderlies or the toddlers. And it is very important for us to discuss about this topic itself, because the youth needs to be educated, needs to be aware, and they need to know and inspire more people around them. And thus today we have this topic with us. So yes, let's have a bit of introduction before starting the discussion. Vibhuti ma'am, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Vibhuti and Vibhuti Seth, and I'm an advocate by profession. It's been 1.5 years since I've been practicing in Delhi and Pan India as well. So I've been practicing in district courts, high court, as well as Supreme Court. So I'll be happy to help in any way or try to be as knowledgeable as I could be. So thank you for having me, Anjali.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a lovely introduction. Fatima ma'am, would you like to introduce yourself to the viewers?
So my name is Fatima Tahir, and I just finished my graduation in psychology, and I'm aiming to pursue international relations further. I'm attached to several social causes, from prevention of child sexual abuse to women empowerment, and I'm looking really forward to this fruitful conversation. Thank you, Anjali, for having me here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is it is an opportunity for us to have you both here today. I know that it's going to be a beautiful conversation and a beautiful session today. So while we talk about that, ma'am, there are several challenges that the youth is facing. A very important challenge is the unemployment, the unemployment that the youth is facing, especially during the pandemic. Unemployment was already a part, it was already a social problem that existed in India, not for a very not for a particular age group, but it was open to all. And since students are graduating, the universities are not stopping the examinations, and students are graduating, they are expected to work after that. And there are no opportunities. Nobody doesn't you know The youth doesn't know what to do, which are leading to a lot of more social problems. So ma'am, what are your opinion in this entire unemployment part, especially during the COVID-19 that the youth is facing? Vibhuti ma'am, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so see, right now, unemployment has definitely been a problem in our country, and due to pandemic, it has increased. The people who were at good positions, whom I already know,
I think there's a network issue with ma'am. We'll continue with her. Till then, Fatima ma'am, would you like to share? Uh, your.
So, like you said, I think I'm also facing the same thing since I'm a batch of 2021, and I just graduated. And it's been a hustle to, but what I'd suggest for like what's actually worked for me is basically, finding out the positions that I really would like to work on. Like my passion is very high, and I just made sure that I look for think tanks or government job chances. And there are a few chances for us as graduates as opposed to people on higher positions.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, Vibhuti ma'am,
Yeah,
you were
so
disconnected.
sorry,
Yeah.
that was some technical difficulty which I faced. So yeah, so coming back to that, yeah, firstly, hang in there, everybody, because even the people who have graduated much before and were on good positions have lost their job due to this pandemic, and I can't blame the employee as well because they don't have funds to pay such people at high positions. So we have to be really patient. Plus, as well as we have to find some innovative areas to involve the youth. So that might be with from ourselves, people taking initiatives like in public, people can take some initiatives to employ people while this pandemic is going on. So on that basis, they can increase or they can produce some kind of employments. I think right now also they can take a lot of initiatives which will give a lot of employment to a lot of people, and they can be paid some minimum wages so that they could provide for themselves and their family. So we need to figure out on what levels and on what areas we can give them jobs, and they can earn from themselves as well as help the people at same point of time. So and we need to be patient as well. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. While we were talking about it, yes, Fatima, ma'am, would you like to add something? Yes.
I just realized, like, as Vibhuti just said, it's so right. One of my friends started a mask company, which is very much in demand right now,
Right.
to help out tailors who are very in the
Vulnerable.
economics
Yeah.
vulnerable social strata, to
Yeah.
like bring back their financial stability. So I think that's a very important aspect that we can initiate stuff and like help them out as well.
And to add that, I was just reading there are some countries. So I'll come back to the more elaborative topic of that mental health. So there are a lot of countries like UK and Israel. What they have done is they have appointed people to talk to people who have been in isolation or are facing some mental issues on telephonic basis or video conferencing basis to help them with their loneliness. I think that's a great initiative. If we take it up and can pay them some minimum wage to help other people, the problem will be sorted at once, I think.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. Mental health is really, really very important. And while we talk about that, right now during this pandemic, this entire time period of 1 or 2 years now, it's going to be two complete. It's going to complete another two
Yeah.
years. So, ma'am, during this entire time, the people who were already working are doing work from home,
Yeah.
and that new environment is not helping the people
Not
to
at all. Yeah.
actually cope with themselves.
Yeah.
It is affecting their mental health, and so they are becoming more agitated towards the work that they are doing. So ma'am, what are your opinion on this entire new system that we are having with us of mental health, our mental health that is being targeted or poked during this pandemic? Vibhuti ma'am, we'll start with you.
India does not recognize the word mental health that much. They do not press, and we don't take care of our mental health pretty well. I'll talk individually also. We actually ignore even our generation or even our parents. If we go back, they don't care about their mental health or even think that it can be a mental issue rather than being a physical issue. I see people right now working from home for 16 to 17 hours straight because right now they know that they can connect from people anywhere and they can get the work done, but it's not helping. On a longer run, they are working much more than what they used to do while going to office because office timings were fixed. But right now, because of work from home, thanks that they have the opportunity to work, like to earn, but at the same point of time they're working much twicer and they are losing their heads. I have examples at my place as well. They are working in corporates and they're losing their heads because they don't have time to even eat food. They don't get lunch breaks. So I think corporations should take this thing, in their heads, and at the same point of time work it out and decide the hours to work, because I think a lot of countries have taken that into account and they are working towards that. They should make sure that the hours of working are restricted no matter what, because I don't think your health is not that much to be taken lightly. Plus, due to COVID, it has added extra pressure, because if you go through COVID, you're going through another level of distress. So, adding to that, I think corporations can take a good initiative by appointing counselors to help people with their mental issues, as well as they should put restrictions to the working hours. I think that might help. Plus, they should take some other initiatives to keep their employees more happier. And, I think restrictions are pretty much important, because I think everything should have a limit. So, even working should have a limit as well.
Absolutely, ma'am. Fatima, ma'am, or would you like to add
So
something?
I totally concur with Vibhuti. I've had so many anecdotal incidents with my friends who are working in corporates that tell me that the working hour, the limit is not there anymore. Work from home is work all the time. So I think that's a huge important aspect that she's mentioning. Also, like, I don't think it's just work from home. So since I'm already I am a patient of depression and anxiety disorder, so for me it was a very huge part to go to college every day. And I had a routine, like I woke up and I went and I had like a good focused on my exercise and everything. And then the pandemic put everything at a halt.
Right.
And that has been especially difficult for people who were already facing mental health challenges. The pandemic has only made it worse. So I can't even begin to. I know that it's privileged for us to say that sitting on a laptop and having online classes is difficult, but while there are people who don't have the liberty to be online. But I think it still has taken a huge toll on my life, and I'm sure for other students who, you know, had a structure because of college, school, and like it's all been taken
Jobs.
away because of
Yeah.
precisely.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I completely agree with what you say. And yes, there are a lot of people who are not, they don't have this opportunity to actually have a gadget to study, and which is also really very sad in our country,
Right.
especially that, already the illiteracy rate was so low in India. And because of this pandemic, it has gone lower, like,
Much.
very less, much lower. And we had this incident of we during the examinations, a lot of my friends were unable to give the examination due to poor network,
Oh my God.
for the places they were staying. And now because of this entire online thing, they have to give it again in the next year. So this complete thing is such a mess, and this is not a very normal thing for us to deal with. This is something very new for us, and to actually make ourselves comfortable in this environment is taking a lot of time. So, ma'am, while we are talking about it, and we were talking about the corporations and occupations, there are a lot of other occupations other than corporation jobs, which are not possible, from doing the work from home concept. Like, the if you say about real estate,
Constructions. Yeah.
construction, the engineers, architects, it's not
Yeah.
possible. And we, it is architect has been ranked in the top most fifth top most difficult subjects to study for, the course to study for. So, ma'am, people are actually, the students are actually studying this entire year with no practical
Knowledge.
experience or knowledge, and yet they're graduating. So, ma'am, do you think all of these things will affect us in the future, or we will just go with the flow and it's going to be the same for everyone? Vibhuti, ma'am, let's start with you.
Yeah, so I'll talk about myself only. Legal world, it's still running though. We are able to file it online. We are going through virtual hearings, but the strike that you get when you get into a court and fight the case versus now, it has been really really weird, because See, now the thing is that now I know for a fact that I could e-file from at any point of time. I can take my virtual hearing from any point of time, which is great for a normal routine as well. But at the same point of time, there are certain things which are to be done in the court as well, right? And now I have lost track of my own routine, because first, earlier I used to have that routine, going to the court, be on the rush. But right now there are a lot of occupations which have been put on halt because of this. Right now even courts are only concentrating on main cases, but a lot of cases are just lined up now. So,
Absolutely.
it will be affecting us for the longest time. I don't think we can go with the flow. But yes, we have to be patient rather than going in depression or worrying about it way too much. We have to be a little patient, and we need to figure out ways to how to overcome it with a lot of help and initiatives if it could be. So, I think that architects, are you are talking about the people who have to go on stage somewhere or the other and put their work in place, are definitely suffering right now. But, I just want to say that we need to hang in there, and it is going to be affecting us for, I think, 1 or 2 year plus. If this comes to an end right now, pandemic, I'm hoping by this year will come to an end. Next 1 2 years will be crucial for all of us to put our lives back on track and come on track and do things as it were.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. Fatima, ma'am, would you like to add something?
When you talk about things being done online, for my father, he's a businessman. So he has a showroom which sells luxury kitchens. Firstly, there's no market for luxury kitchens, because when people are not being able to survive, I'm sure they're not thinking of buying luxury goods. Secondly, but he still has employees to take care of, and that's been another burden, because even if you don't have income, how are you supposed to take care of your employees? But you can't really let just the employees be by themselves, because even they have to sort of take care of a family. So I think it's been a huge struggle for people who can't put their all their business online or everything online.
Right.
It's especially a hurdle for them. And other than that, I think for me, I think it's been a huge change, because I've seen, so like I said, I'm a psychology student. I talk about mental health, I read about mental health. But what I've seen in this pandemic is one thing good out of it has come, that the importance over mental health has increased. But availability is still not as easy. So for people to actually access therapy, counseling, we need to make it a less make it more available for people. So of course online sessions have helped. I myself have been like a facilitator in a group, support group. But what I've realized is, I think a personal touch will always be much better. Like the face to face therapy can never be taken be as good as virtual therapy. Not to say that virtual therapy is not important, it is, because that's the only thing that we have right now. But I think in overall, if I have to actually choose which one, it's always going to be face to face. So I don't think it makes the same impact.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. Completely agreed that it is not making the same impact. Like we have, there's a reason why a man is called a social animal, because that man
Yes.
has to socialize.
That is
That
so
man,
right.
yes, that man has to interact, and people are following a physical distancing, yes, in some places, but along with that they're also following the sorry, the social distancing, which means not being connected to each other.
Right.
Although we have a lot of technologies to help us with that, but somehow it's not working, and people are becoming more and more within themselves, or maybe you can say as reserved. So, ma'am, while we talk about youth, problems with girls or women was already a problem, like in India. And if we talk about in on the educational aspect, like I said before, that the illiteracy rate is really low.
Yeah.
And somehow, ma'am, this entire thing is creating a lot of pressure on women or girls at home, which is leading to things like problems like domestic violence, and a lot of similar violence. Maybe it's assault or rape or anything related to that, and it is increasing. Like every day, whenever we open our newspapers or the internet, there is a news about it. So, ma'am, according to you, what could be the possible solution to kind of help these people as an individual? Because right now we cannot go outside, we cannot do anything, we cannot break the rules of the lockdown, and we cannot go on ground and work. So what can be done, what as a individual from home, for the girls out there who need our help?
Yeah.
Vibhuti ma'am, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so see, I'll say something. It's an individual perspective how you take. I think the biggest sufferer is the one who is suffering. I mean, sufferer in the sense that they are to be blamed first because they are taking all that violence. Firstly, so the first thing they should address is awareness that they are humans and they are to be treated as humans. I'll not go on the gender. I'll go as a human, and humanity definitely comes first. Firstly coming awareness that they are not to be treated like this, they are not supposed to be treated like this, is the first thing to be taken care of. And I think now people have started raising voice. I think there would be places where they're still not doing it, but now being an advocate, I see girls raising their voice and they are blamed for that as well, that oh my god, she just took divorce because this husband slapped her. I mean, now they are taking toll of their lives and they know that their right is to be taken more importance. So now they are taking steps to combat all the violences because women are becoming independent. So once you will become independent financially and in your head, and you'll know how society works, you won't take the shit what is happening at your place. So once that awareness happen, even in urban areas, I'm seeing nowadays, women are taking toll of their lives. They know that they are not supposed to be treated like this, and they are raising their voice. So I am hoping that more women will come forward, or even humans who are treated like this will come forward and they'll raise their voice, and we'll be able to tell that what, this is a humanity kind of a thing, treat us as humans, and I don't think there will be a problem. Once you'll put a gender male and female, then obviously there will be a problem. But if you will see a woman as a human, you will know that humans, even animals, are not supposed to be treated like this. So I think now people are becoming more aware, and they are taking toll of their lives. Plus as well, there are now online platforms where they can register complaints. So we have DCW, that is Delhi Commission for Women. We have National Commission for Women. So they can completely call them. They have toll-free numbers. They can call them at any point of time, and they'll come and help them with their complaints, counseling, as well as they'll take charge of their case and help them out. If a lot of people
Absolutely.
don't know that.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Very well said about that women are now, they understand what their right are, and we are taking the first step now, and with that step, I think we'll move forward really pretty quick now, because the new generation is tough, and they have to understand that the more they inspire themselves, motivate themselves, they'll
Right.
be able to set an example
Right.
for the other women out there. Absolutely
Right.
agreed, ma'am. Fatima, ma'am, would you like to add something to it?
So I would just disagree a little with Vibhuti here. I would say that I don't think I can ever blame a sufferer, because I think it's a very big cycle. So I think
Yeah.
for anyone who's stuck in an abusive or a violent relationship, it's not as easy to just walk out of it, no matter how aware of your rights you are, because there are a lot of psychological factors that are involved in this scenario. So I don't think think that it's very easy for someone to just come up, and especially when you've internalized patriarchy, like most of the people around us. It's been going on since so long, and it's been so like, you know, inculcated within us. Even sometimes, even there are times that I make a sexist comment and I realize that it's not because that I really believe it, it's just because I've been functioned in such a way, you know, I've been brought up in such a way. So I think the first part would be to acknowledging, of course, that we have rights, but also to, you know, like to understand that you know, the psychological impact of what those not having those rights has done. So to basically, like, you know, like for my mom, she's independent, she's financially independent, but
Yeah.
stuck in an unhappy marriage, because I think it's
Yeah.
only for, you know, society, because the society still
Right.
hasn't moved as far ahead. So I
Yeah.
think there are lots of taboos that we have to get over to actually where women can start fighting for their rights, because if somebody refuses the right to them, it's very difficult for me to, you know, fight for it when they don't think I actually even deserve it.
Yeah, no, I'll see. That is the thing I would like to add. See, I am not blaming someone, or I know for a fact, because I face such people mostly every day, that they come from
Absolutely.
a place where they are suffering, and but at the same point of time, if you'll sympathize with them, that will add more pressure on them. If you'll empathize and tell them that, listen, dude, you gotta get up and answer back. See, that's what we need to do it at a certain point of time, where I've seen people are aware about their rights, but they are saying, yeah, this works in the society, this is how society is supposed to work, and that's how it go. No, that's what we need to stop. That is where I said that the people who knows and still suffering are the people to be blamed, because if you'll stop that person one day, I'm very sure they won't raise their hands another day. So that's what we need to do, and that's what awareness is about. We need to aware people firstly that being humans or being animals or whosoever, you are not supposed to be treated violently. You are to be treated as respectfully. If you have problems, talk it out, communicate more, and sort things out, rather than putting your hand first. So that needs to be addressed. I completely agree, but now I think people are getting aware. Even the people who are not aware, their children,
Absolutely.
because they're getting education, are making them aware that, listen, get out of it, you deserve better, and you can get better things in life, better opportunities to get better. So
I
that's
think
what we need to
education,
carry forward.
yeah, I think education plays a huge part here,
Huge role,
because I
yeah.
and that's what's sad, because the other day I was reading this statistic that 60% of girls who have stopped going to school right now because of the
Yeah.
pandemic are not likely to return.
Yeah.
So they're forced into child marriages, or they're just told to take care of the household, which is
Yeah.
um, I don't know how to react to that, because how women, if we talk about empowerment, the first step is education, and
Yeah.
if we're not able to provide that to all the girls in our country, then I don't think we have really a bright future.
Yeah, no, but adding to that as well, last point, I've seen a lot of girls who are being educated and still talk like, yeah, now I need to get married only. It's okay. Now I'll get married, be with my husband and chill. So, he'll earn and I'll chill at home. I'll see the kids and everything, even being educated. So that's what
That's
you need to change. See, I know
that's
it's a personal choice. I completely agree and I take toll of it. Fine, I respect it. But at a certain point of time, they are the ones suffered the most. And due to them, more things, such things keep happening. The cycle doesn't
that's
stop. I'm not telling people to be a rebel, but I'm just saying be respectful to each other. That's it.
true, but that's where internalized patriarchy comes in. Like, we've actually
Yeah.
internalized the whole society, what the
Yeah.
society tells us. So
Yeah, it tells us. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. I was just quiet for the entire time because I was actually taking so much in, so much to learn, and so much to, so that, maybe when I go somewhere and I talk to my friends, maybe I can actually make them understand that, just get up and start, try to be independent, or maybe think of that step. Because like you said, ma'am, a lot of educated women actually,
Yeah.
in our generation as well, they do not have
Yeah.
a plan, they do not have a goal. They just want to be settled. They called it as settled.
Right. Yeah, right.
And somewhere or the others it is a cycle that it was taught in that family, and then the maybe the girl or the boy has taken that quality, and then that will keep passing on and on and on, and the cycle will never end. So yes, I completely agree that it is internalizing patriarchy, and that women need to put a hard stop,
And
that
if you allow me to add something,
yes,
and it's very
absolutely.
sad, it's very, very sad that
Mhm.
if a man wants to stay at home and let the woman earn, they are also blamed. I mean,
Mhm.
it's their personal choice. Let them be, bro. So
Yes.
that is also a problem in our society where man doesn't want to take a charge and they want to chill at home, maybe see the kids, and that is also a taboo. Oh my God, this man is just sitting at home and eating. So that also adds a lot of pressure on the gender male because they are supposed to take all the responsibilities of the wife, of the kids. No, it is a partnership. Take it as a companionship and help each other rather than listening to the society and giving fuel to these taboos and internalizing all these things and just ruining everything.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. There was, since our childhood, we've heard that story that a man was walking with a donkey and some luggage of his, and while he was walking with the donkey, people were saying that he's so stupid that he's not sitting on the donkey and
Yeah.
going, and he's walking. And
Yes.
after the man sits on the donkey, there were some people who were saying that
To blame.
they're
Yeah.
sitting on the donkey, that poor animal. So
Yeah.
whatever we do, there would always be a question. There will always be a question mark to whatever we do, and I believe that it is our motivation and our confidence that has to be there, because a lot of
Yeah.
people will try to put a lot of stops in whether
Right.
it is a career path or a
Right.
particular goal. So
Yeah.
yes, ma'am, the message is loud and clear that it is you who has to do it, and nobody else
Yeah.
can help you. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, yes. So talking about that, ma'am, a very another important social problem is the substance abuse, and it has increased in India amongst the youth, especially. So, ma'am, what are your thoughts about this entire sudden growth of substance abuse in India? Vibhuti, ma'am.
See, that's what the thing is that we lack in awareness. We do lack in awareness, even in our education system, in schools. It can start from there while making them aware about the repercussions of all these things, and then going further with it. We have a lot of taboos since our school life as well, and that grows on, and you don't know what the repercussions of all these things are. So once those awareness come in place, a person individually would feel taken aback about all these things. But since they have no awareness about these things, people get into it and they don't know how to help themselves and how to help others as well at certain point of time. So that's the whole problem which is still going on, and that's really sad to see. Even any type of abuse, if we talk about even substance abuse, now people don't have what they are doing at that point of time, and even we don't have rehabilitation centers for them to help them out. People think, oh, this is a psychotic person, and people will make this a taboo and make sure that they torture their family as well as that person as well, rather than helping them out and getting them out of it. In foreign countries, I believe they are very normal with it, and they make sure that things go really because it's a part of life. So it is taken to be a problem, and it is given importance as a problem, and the solution is given accordingly. Right now, here the problem is our societal pressure is so much that you take upon yourself way too much and then don't address those problems. Once you address those problems as problems, I think substance abuse or any kind of abuse won't take place.
Yes, absolutely. Fatima, ma'am, would you like to add something?
Like I said, I'm a psychology student. So, substance
Yeah.
abuse disorder is an actual mental health. It has
Yeah.
consequences as well as it's stemmed from different aspects. So, a child who has been sexually abused or molested is far more likely to indulge in sexual substance
Yeah.
abuse than a child who is not. So I think we have to realize why people get into it, as well as try to, so there's awareness about what are the repercussions of what substance abuse can be, but there's a lot of awareness needed on the aspect of why it even
Why?
begins. So I don't think it's just one day you wake up and you're like, I want to be a junkie. So you actually take, it's there are lots of factors that play in when you wind up in such a situation. Also, like Vibhuti mentioned, there are no rehabilitation centers in India. There are, but they're not as
Not
efficient,
effective.
or not as many, or as available. At least for like privileged people such as us who can afford high high expensive
Treatment.
structures,
Centers,
yeah,
yeah.
treatments, but there are a lot of people who don't have access
Can't.
to it at all. And other than that, like as she said, in the West they accept it as a problem, not as a problem as of a person. It's a mental health
Yeah.
disorder created because of a lot of
Other
sexual
aspects.
abuse or lack of love, or lots of problems can lead to it. So I think the factor that they have AAs or NAs, where you
Yeah.
can go as an alcoholic anonymous or a narcotics anonymous, is so important. And like I want to really advocate on that, because I think it makes a huge impact, if you have a community when you're trying to leave a substance.
Right.
Absolutely, ma'am. Completely agreed. With that, ma'am, we'll take some audience questions. We have some questions for the viewers who are watching. Can we have the first question, please? The first question is by Nakul Malik. His question is: do you think that the situation right now will affect the economic opportunities for the youth? We'll start with Vibhuti, ma'am.
See, situation right now is affecting the people with economic opportunities right away. But I think if we take some kind of initiatives which could help in pandemic, would really sort out these issues slowly. It will definitely take time. It won't help instantly. But at the same point of time, it's gonna affect us for a longest time. And we need to understand that we need to be really patient, plus take initiatives to help these things out. And yeah, the situation right now for youth as well as for the people beyond and before that, even the people who are in school right now, are being affected in a lot of ways, not even economically but in a lot of ways. So it is going to be affecting us, but at certain point of time, if we could find some solutions, I think that will help us out. And to that, I would like to add that WHO recently has done a youth summit, and in that they have taken an initiative of called global youth mobilization. And it is led by six biggest organizations of youth, where from the world the youth can actually give them pitches, and they will select some pitches and help them out in the funding. So I think that's a great initiative which is taken by WHO and UN, and I think the countries should, try to promote this more, and even take such kind of initiatives here as well, in other countries as well as in our country as well, and help the youth with such opportunities and take their ideas how they want to combat the situation, and also help in the future and in the country's economy, as well as sort out their economic conditions as well, because I'm pretty sure youth will have a lot of ideas. So if they can, yeah, so the people who wants to know about it can go on the UN site and get in touch of such people and give their pitches and allow themselves to give their ideas, and get funding from them and help the country and as well as themselves. So yeah, such
Yes,
initiatives should be
absolutely.
taken more and promoted more.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Fatima, ma'am, would you like to add something?
I think I totally agree with Vibhuti, as well as like there are lots of other stuff also. Like I remember Change Makers organization works on promoting youth's idea and funding them. Other than that, I'm sure so economic opportunities were low already in India. That's not a really big fact that it's hidden, and I think the government plays a huge important role here in making it easier for for improving the for improving the job status in India.
Absolutely, completely agreed, ma'am. Let's move to our next question. Can we have the next question, please? The next question is by Mr. Shopos. His question is, how does working from home affect psychological health? What can employers do to make sure that people are staying focused, committed, and happy? I would also put an emphasis on the happy, that how can people be more happy with their jobs? Yes, Vibhuti ma'am.
Firstly, put restrictions on the working hours. I think that would help them a lot. Secondly, I think they can take initiatives to have some physical classes like Zumba, yoga, meditation initiatives can be taken. Physical CrossFit, such initiatives can be taken. I think once a week or twice a week. I think that will help. They can have online lunches, maybe dinner, some social activities which can be taken a toll. Like they used to have, I think big corporations do have such meet and greets at certain point of time, and right now they can do that via Zoom. I think people would need some time off from everything which is going on because they are working 24/7 because of work from home. They can take a time off and they can enjoy all these meet and greets and have some time off from working. And yeah, working from home affects psychological health, obviously, because you're sitting in front of the laptop, eating in front of the laptop, doing everything in front of the laptop. I think anyone can go crazy at a certain point of time. So it is definitely affecting the psychological health, and employers should take note about it right away, because I think work from home will not stop any sooner. So they should take account of that, and they should start taking some good initiatives which they used to take in corporations generally. So now they can do that and introduce it on social platforms so that people enjoy working. They know that their organization is taking care of their health as well, rather than just paying them for the work.
Absolutely, ma'am. Fatima ma'am, would you like to add something?
I totally concur with Vibhuti again. Like, I think boundaries are especially important. To know when to stop and to know when to say no to
No.
is very important for an employee. And I think, like she mentioned, different kinds of Zumba and stuff. I think exercise plays a huge important role right now. Working from home or not working from home, it's a huge aspect of psychological improvement, as well as I think if you're really in the down of it and if you're not able to manage it, I think it's very necessary for you to take off some days, as well as try to seek help if that's necessary. I think there's a huge taboo in our society to actually go and ask for help, and especially from a counselor or a therapist.
Yeah.
But I think it's very necessary at a time
Important.
like this. Yes, it's very important, because I think sometimes when you're not able to handle it by yourselves, you should ask for help, and there's no shame in doing that.
Shame. Yeah.
So I think boundaries, exercise, and help when needed.
Communication, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think these are
Absolutely.
most important.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. Completely agreed. And the viewers who are watching this right now, actually, they will. I think it's a big benefit for them that they are getting a lot of ideas of how to deal, with this entire situation that we are having right now. So yes, yoga, meditation, a lot of happy dinners, family dinners is very important. Yes, can we go to the next question, please? The next question is from Saroj Malik. Her question is, society helped each other through social media in pandemic. Do you think social media is the new tool to maintain social fabric? Vibhuti ma'am, we'll start with you.
It's a very nice question. I mean, it is really well put. And I'll completely agree that society people were helping each other through social medias because they couldn't go to help people physically. So they were making sure that through social media they could get a help. I would say it is a new tool definitely to maintain social fabric, but it is not the only tool. We shouldn't forget that at the end of the day we have to go out and meet each other and get things back to normal. But we should also take this as a new example and maintain this for future as well. I mean, not depend on it, maintain it, as well as do not forget the touch and the communication which we used to have earlier. That should be taken care of in future when we are able to get out and without our mask and everything. But yeah, social media is definitely a new tool, but not the only tool, I believe. As I said, that there should be limitation to everything, and there should be a limitation to this as well.
Absolutely, ma'am. Fatima, ma'am, would you like to add something?
I think social media has been an instrumental part of helping people throughout the pandemic. I myself was trying to connect people for plasma donations as well as oxygen cylinders, but I think there's a lot of good that comes with social media, but there's a lot of
A lot
bad
of
that
bad.
comes with it too, such as misinformation, disinformation, and it's increased vaccine hesitancy because of that. So I think there's, like Vibhuti said, there needs to be a balance, and I think we need to regulate social media platforms as well as any other publication as we would.
I know, and I would like to add there was a doctor which said that we are suffering with two diseases. One is COVID-19, and the other is fake news. So
Precisely.
yeah. So that needs to be controlled. As I said, that limitation on everything is very important. Social media has definitely been a boom and really been helpful to a lot of people, but it is not the only thing left.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. There's a lot of misinformation that is in the social media, but everything has its positive and negative side.
Pros and cons,
And
yeah.
yeah, pros and cons, and similarly social media is playing that important role, and even right now while we are communicating, it is because of
Yeah.
this social
Social
media
media.
platform that we are communicating. But at the same time, there is a lot of negative news, or maybe misinformation, or anything which can actually affect an individual mentally, and it can disturb it. So ma'am, while we are talking about social media, I would just like to let our viewers know that Empower People is tweeting a lot of information regarding the COVID essentials, and they have information and all the new verified leads. After the moment anything is verified, Empower People is tweeting about it, and there is a team of about 15 to 16 people who are working day and night, so that the people who are in need of oxygen beds, concentrators, or anything related to it, it is available on the Twitter. It is down on our screen at the rate Empower People in, and people can actually go in our page and website, and they can donate funds if they wish to. Empower People is also setting up isolation homes in rural places, which I think is a very important thing right now,
Definitely.
because the in urban areas, people may have the concept of physical distancing, but in the rural areas the houses are so close to each other that they need an isolation center, and we have our volunteers working there day and night, spreading awareness, helping people, giving COVID resources and providing food. So yes, social media does have a lot of pros as well. So yes, the Twitter link is right on the screen. So yes, we are done with the questions as well, and it was a fruitful session, like Fatima mentioned in the beginning. So we'll come to our conclusions, ma'am. If you would like some message that you would like to give to the youth or the viewers who are watching this session or will watch in future, something that would inspire them, motivate them, or maybe you can let us know of how we can improve ourselves and make use of ourselves, especially during this time, because youth can actually create a huge impact on anybody's life, as an individual or in a society. So what are your perspective, or what is your opinion that we must do, or we should follow, or we can do? We'll start with Vibhuti, ma'am.
As I said, that patience is the key right now. We need to be patient rather than losing our heads over a lot of things. It's easier to say all these things, I know that, but there is nothing to be done about it as well. Rather than seeking help, you can seek help as well. I think, especially in this country, we can make these accessibilities of having a counselor or a therapist more accessible, not that expensive, so that every person can go, and even awareness about it, that they can talk to people and they can seek such help. People think that only such people can go who are psychotic. No, a person who is in distress can talk, communicate. In fact, if you don't wish to seek help from such therapists, communicate with your parents, communicate with your cousins, brothers, sisters, friends. Talk about it, spread a word, talk to people about it. I think that will help a lot. And rather than taking negativity out of it, take positivity, seek positivity out of it. At a certain point of time, as I mentioned, that WHO has taken this initiative. People should make take initiatives like this, global youth mobilization. I think countries should take up this plan and spread a word about it. Youth should get aware about it, and they should keep checking that there are certain plans which are going on, which UN has taken care of, even for education as well. So, they should get aware about all these things. I know not everybody, but the people who are aware can spread a word through social media or through any platform if they could be. And at a certain point of time, I think now we need to wait that everyone should get better at their places, and the situation should get better ASAP, and we can get our lives back to normal, and wish to God that everything comes to a halt, all these things come to an halt, and we can get back to our normal lives and have fun as we used to. And also, to the youth there, please don't lose hope about your future. I'm pretty sure that a lot of things have been written, and we'll get there. And plus, right now you are at home, watch series, have fun, and at a certain point of time, exercise, talk, communicate, bond with your parents, grandparents. It's a great time right now that you can do that. It will really be helpful for them as well as for you. And yeah, take care and be safe, stay home.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Fatima, ma'am, your concluding remarks.
I think the best panelist you could have gotten up beside me was Vibhuti. She's full of positivity, whereas I give a little bleak outside. So I think there are a lot of people who can spend time with their family, but will choose not to because their familial relationships are not good. So as since I've been a member, a support group facilitator, I had lots of people who would join and who would talk about how staying at home has caused them so much misery, and because they've been fighting all day all night, especially because if you're stuck with people who you don't like, or if you can't maintain a relationship, it's very hard. So I think, again, like she said, there's the most important factor is to take help. So when you're not, so I think the main thing I would say would be, this is what I tell everyone, like, you're not psychotic if you want to take help. It's basically you take help when you have to control your emotions, but when your emotions start controlling you is the time when you need to start taking help. I think that's the most important part. And without recognizing my privilege, I won't be able to say that the pandemic has been super helpful to me, because I got the chance to work on myself, work on the causes I'm passionate about. But I do realize my privilege, and I think that's what the youth has to do, to realize and acknowledge your privilege and try to make a difference because of it. So like Anjali joined we started this club, Girl Up Nas, working for women empowerment, and I think every youth or even adults can play their part in the society.
Absolutely, ma'am. I believe that the viewers who are watching this session today and will watch later will actually have a lot of, meaningful and informative insights from this session. And I believe that we all will actually, do it. We'll be able to, kind of win this battle that we are, uh, you know, fighting right now within ourselves or with the pandemic. And I believe that yes, we need to spread more motivation and inspiration amongst the youth. Be there for each other, be in touch, and socialize more. Like, we have this privilege and opportunity of using the social media. Let's use it. And I thank you so much, ma'am, for actually giving your time. Thank you so much, Fatima ma'am. Thank you so much, Vibhuti
And
ma'am.
thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
having
me.
us.
And yeah, thank you so much for having us. Just to add, if anybody from our viewers need any help, you can actually take our email addresses and message us, mail us with whatever queries. If you have some legal issues, you can please contact me. I'll try to help as much as I can. And for any help with your mental health, you have Fatima there to help you out. And obviously, we have this good platform to help people out. So you can take my email address, you can take her email address, and please talk, communicate more. I think that will help us out. If we'll support each other, we'll get through this.
Absolutely agree.
Thank you so much again, ma'am. Thank you so much, viewers who are watching this
Thank you,
session
Anjali.
today. Thank you so much. Empower People is more than happy to have you here with us, in this time of the pandemic. Thank you so much to the people who are watching this live session. With that, I would conclude today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.